as we're going in. See, there is some blue discoloration there. I don't know what that is. At first I thought it was tape, but it appears that it is not tape. Alright, immediate entry, we see that there's tile floor. Here's the powder bath. I believe the powder bath is tile as well. It looks like wood, but it's tile. There is a very small crack right there. Baseboard is, not the best quality there. There's still some nail holes, but nothing major, something you could easily improve. As far as the sink and cabinet goes, that looks like those were recently replaced. Light fixture. Soft close. Does look clean. I'll head back into the house. Okay, there's a laminate floor. You can probably tell from the initial photos there is some discoloring in the paint there. It looks like they touched up the paint and had a slightly different color. And that's the case on this wall as well. Gas fireplace. Here's the service door. Looks like this will go to the garage, possibly the backyard. Back patio. Concrete appears to be in decent shape. There's one crack there, but nothing major by any means. Looks like neighbors separate their patios from each other here. At least this neighbor with some of their own gates. This one is still open to this side. This retaining wall, being made of these railroad ties, they do have a finite lifespan. You can see a slight bulge right here, something the HOA should maintain, and right there, but just keep in mind that is a potential expense that the HOA would have to incur at some point in the future. Air conditioner back here. Looks like it hasn't been cleaned in a little while, but I don't see any obvious issues with it. It doesn't look terribly old. We can pull the permits on that and find out how old they are, though. There is a slider here. And looking at the underside of the deck, I don't see any issues here. That all looks pretty straightforward. You can see cable there. A couple of floodlights. There's also an electrical outlet over here with the proper covers. And a water spigot. And what appears to be a dryer vent. Windows are metal windows. They're very durable. Not necessarily the most energy efficient, but they are not bad. And they are double pane. There are blinds included as well. It does have a Nest thermostat. Updated light fixtures. We do have a thing for blinds up there, but there aren't actually any blinds attached. Looks like we've got a new screen door for the slider there. And the kitchen has been updated as well. New flooring in the kitchen. This is all new cabinetry. Looks like it might be IKEA possibly. This is pretty cool, honestly. I like the way that that works. Soft close as well. Looks like we've got these open up. And tile looks like it's in pretty good shape. Big sink. Check underneath. Everything appears to be very clean and new. Probably a touch sink, touch control possibly. Sure is, touch control. We have a pop-up electrical outlet. That's a nice feature. I'm not sure how that, oh, fancy, look at that. Some nice lights. New appliances. Looks like they had an open house. Does not appear that that refrigerator or freezer has really ever been used. It's brand new. We do have dishwasher that also looks brand new, as well as there is a dent right here, you can see it. But aside from that, the stove looks practically brand new, as well as a nice Samsung microwave. Island has this space here that's open. I guess that might be for trash, not sure. In any case, there is that space to expand. Here we have door to the garage. It's a single car garage, but it is drywalled. It does appear to be probably insulated. Here we have the electrical panel. General Electric, this is not a brand that we have problems with, not something that a home inspector would raise any red flags over. So that's good, that's nice to see. It is a little bit deeper of a garage. You could probably fit a truck in here pretty easily. Not sure if you have a truck, but just to give you some sense of the size. This is interesting what they've done with the ceiling here. They took out the recessed lights and put in these. All right, as we go through, we will take a look upstairs. Looking for a light switch. There is a broken switch plate there. Here we go. Same laminate flooring. Not in bad shape, but there is some odd things like that. Railings are attached to the wall, so you don't have to worry about those getting loose. You can hear as I'm walking, that's the edges of it here. In here it looks like we've got new carpet. Bedroom is about 10 by 10. There's a broken seal in this window, that's why you see that condensation in there. Generally doesn't affect the insulation qualities much, but it does impact your ability to see out of the window. Paint's in pretty good shape. 3 out of the 4 walls are all one color and appear pretty close. There are still some patching where they had touched it up with a different color. Here they'd done that through a good chunk of the wall. You can see there's a lot of discoloration there. And again, it just looks like it was from a repair. Here we have the laundry area. Oh, motion activated light sensor right there. There's a place to hang some clothes, a folding table, washer and dryer of course are included. Also some cabinetry. I suspect this is the old kitchen cabinetry that they have repurposed up here. It has been painted. Not sure what that little cubby is, but that's something. Coming in, we've got a full bath here. This one has also been remodeled. Nice amount of space in here. Also motion activated light. You can see we've got a medicine cabinet, sink, some drawers. It looks like this one has had some wear. Nothing too bad, but just a little bit on that base. They seem to open and close just fine. A few patches on this wall. Nothing too major. I don't know if you can see that tile. Tub looks pretty good. Grout appears to be in good condition in here. As we come out, we've got another bedroom here. This one's just a slightly bit bigger than that last one. This is probably 10 by 11. Bypass doors, closet. This one does have access to the balcony. Take a quick peek out here. Wood balcony. You can see from the bottom it was in pretty good shape. That one's got the bar railing. This one is enclosed like this, still open up at the top. You do get a bit of traffic noise from this road here, but I didn't hear it when I was inside. Just a little bit when we come outside. The trees do a pretty good job of blocking that though. Also new carpet in this room by the looks of it. we go into the third bedroom. Well, there is also a linen closet here. All looks pretty good. Here's the primary bedroom. This one is quite a bit bigger than the others. I'll have to check the dimensions on this one, but this is probably about 12 by 14. Also, that has balcony access. Here we have a sitting area, vanity, mirror on one side, and then we also have a dressing mirror on the other side. And this door, nothing. And come in here, we've got the shower with a skylight, nice tile work. All of this appears to have been brand new. Same type of cabinetry as in the kitchen, but a different style, but it looks like it's the same materials, probably IKEA as well. These are pretty cool, these lights here. And we've got some nice updated overhead lights as well. Let's take a look in that skylight. You can see ever so slight indication of past water damage or UV damage in the corner of that. It doesn't look active, and that's not uncommon in the skylight. In the shower here, we've got this fancy, well, I don't even know what you call this, a full body shower or something. You've got a massage head, you've got a rain spout, 3 cubbies for stuff. Grout looks like it's in pretty good shape. I don't see any obvious issues. And then shower pan down there as well. This is tile floor in here too. And then we come into the closet. You can see where this trim has a crack in it. It just looks like it's settled and the paint has chipped off there. Could use a touch up. Actually, maybe what happened there is when they replaced the flooring, that was removing and reattaching the trim. Not sure, possibly though. Again, another motion activated light. This is the closet. Holy smokes, this is a big closet. Okay, so this is just the first part of the closet. And then we have this whole back part of the closet as well. Technically, we can't count much of this square footage back here because the ceiling slopes down, but it is still a ton of storage. There's probably 8 by 8 or maybe 9 by 9 of floor space in here. Freshly carpeted. Got lights. Very useful. Great stuff for storage. All right, and that about wraps up our tour of this house. I will be sending this over to you today.